Good morning, first grade. Here we are, and I've just put a little video together for you on a Bible devotion that you may view this morning. We're not going to continue in our normal curriculum in Bible, but I did want to give you just some encouragement, some things to think about through the truth of God's Word. We often had, throughout the school year, read little devotions from Louis Giglio's Indescribable about God and science. Well, he has a new book with 100 more devotions on God and science called How Great Is Our God? And I wanted to just share some of these with you each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, just to give you some encouragement, some truth of who God is, and some, wow, our God is so good thoughts. So I wanted to start off today with don't sweat it. So we'll read this and we'll talk about it in just a minute. A foolish person loses his temper, but a wise person controls his anger. That's found in Proverbs 29:11. On a hot summer day, you've probably noticed this wet stuff dripping down your face. It's called sweat, and it's your body's own built-in air conditioner. Sweat comes from the 2 to 4 million sweat glands you have all over your body. Most of them are on your hands, feet, and face. You see, your body needs to stay at about 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit to keep up its necessary functions, like breathing, digesting food, and making new cells. But when you've been exercising, or when it's just plain hot outside, your body can get too hot and make you sick. That's when your brain tells your body it's time to cool off, and the sweat glands get to work, making a watery liquid that gets sent out through the pores, or the tiny openings, in your skin. And as the sweat evaporates into the air, it cools your skin. Pretty neat, huh? But our bodies aren't the only thing that can get too hot. Our tempers can too. Have you ever let your temper get too hot? It's so easy for little things to make us angry, whether it's knocking over the milk at lunch, dropping the pencil for the 15th time, or getting squirted in the face by the water fountain. But anger doesn't fix the problem. It usually makes it much worse. What can you do to cool off? Take a deep breath, say a little prayer. Ask God to cool your temper and simply show you what to do next. Mop up the milk, pick up the pencil again, and wipe your face. Learning to let God help you keep your cool during the little stuff makes it easier to keep your cool when the big things do come around. I think about Thomas Jefferson. Do you remember his quote about how he controlled his temper? His words of advice were, if you get angry, stop and count to 10. If you get really angry, count to 100. So as we start this new adventure at home, and we are doing all of our schoolwork from our home with the same people over the next month, there's going to be little things that irritate us and make us lose our cool, maybe say things that we shouldn't. I want you to think about this. Think about how you can practice ways to stop, ask God to help you, say sorry when you need to say sorry. And I think that this time together is going to be a great opportunity to get to say sorry a lot because we're all going to mess up and we're all going to get frustrated. But remember what Proverbs 29:11 says. A foolish person loses his temper, but a wise person controls his anger. Some great wisdom there. So, Lord, help us. When little things and big things make me want to lose my temper, Lord, help me not to sweat it. Hand it over to you. Are you guys ready to learn something cool? How great is this? Can you see that picture? Yeah, it's a hippo. So this is what's crazy. Hippos have pink sweat. Special glands in their skin put out an oily, reddish pink liquid that is sometimes called blood sweat. This sweat isn't for cooling them off, though. It's a moisturizer, antibiotic, and sunscreen all rolled into one. As it turns out, hippos have very sensitive skin. They need all those elements. Do you think that was just an accident? That their skin isn't just a watery thing to cool them off, but it has all of those features of moisturizer, antibiotic, and sunscreen? Or do you think we have a pretty incredible God? Think about that. Love you guys.